Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if this is picking up the audio or not of the game. It's not, is it? It's showing that it's not, and that's annoying. I know it's been sitting here for 10 minutes doing absolutely nothing, but give me 2 seconds. Okay, it should be going now. My headphones weren't plugged in, and when my headphones aren't plugged in, and I start the stream, it doesn't pick up the sound of the game source or something. I don't know. OBS. It's just another thing with streaming. The music was on up until... Oh, okay. See, then it's from plugging in my headset that wasn't plugged in. I kind of needed to hear it to play the game. I forgot to plug it back in after I was messing around with stuff the other day. My bad. Should be all there now though, right? Good? Good? I hope we're good. Wow, today. Today has been a day. Today has been a day. Cause as you can see, we are starting late. If you saw the Twitters, because I was having some annoying frickin' computer issue. God damn it, why every time I start and I leave, someone calls in this game? Is it programmed like that? Hiya, Forte, it's Jackson. How are things with you? Well, you're where now? Route 119? Well, how about we have a quick rematch right away? I'll keep an eye out for you. See you soon. No. Fuck you, Jackson. I didn't even want to talk to you, Broham. We are training still. I gotta remember that I'm not playing Shield and I can't be all loosey-goosey like I have been. But we are currently in the middle of grinding. I don't know why. Pretty sure it's designed to do that, not something that could readily affect you grinding. Oh no, that's okay. I just... Nothing else with that. Kitty just sneezing all over the place. It's annoying where it seems like every time you like start up the game and you start moving, someone's like, "Hi, I see you're playing the game. I'm gonna talk to you and maybe say something useful," but probably not. Useful here meaning I want you to come battle me, but I don't want to come battle you because I'm playing a Nuzlocke, and with my luck, I'll just end up getting wiped on an optional battle that I don't want to do. Do we have any antidotes? I just got poisoned already. Good. I don't know why we're training out Pippi right now, considering he is not going to be of any use to me in the next gym. You know, the Pokemon Center is just up there. I'm not using an antidote even if I have one. Excuse me. I know. It sucks. Yeah, you're fine. You have enough health. You'll be fine. But yeah, what a fucking day. So, I was having computer issues right before the stream. Yeah, I guess I should have come over here and checked, but I wasn't expecting to wake my computer up to a blue screen of death, which is what happened, and why I was taking the time to double check things. And I think it was caused by this random power outage I had last night. Like, my sister was, like, in the bathroom, and she came out because I was just sitting out here watching... Well, I was watching something on my PS4, and the power flicked off and then back on. Like, it didn't even last the whole second, it didn't feel. It was a very quick power outage, and I think maybe that just like messed with my computer that was sitting over here asleep, and I just didn't bother to come check it, because I thought it was fine. I thought I did come over and check it. I don't fucking remember, actually, because last night was just as bad. You might have seen in my other tweets, I'm in a small amount of pain right now. It's not as bad as it was, but I was a stupid, and I hurt myself on accident. Yesterday, this morning, whatever. But yeah, so I'll come back to that. I found my computer in a stupid blue screen of death. I'm like, why? You were fine up until right this second. I installed the capture card in here, sure. I thought I did it right. I did it fine on the other computer when I put it in there, and I put that in Sunday, so I don't know what the problem is, if it's that. But I was just, you know, running a few checks before we started, just to make sure. Everything seems to be fine. So, yeah, that happened before the stream. When did I get paralyzed? What did... Oh, I probably used some stupid powder on me. Some spore, whatever the fuck. I don't know. No! You can't put me to sleep on it. You can fucking paralyze me, asshole. Fuck you. yeah, we were just having computer issues. Tonight's stream, though, is going to be short because, like I was just alluding to, I hurt myself a little bit. I'm in kind of pain, so I gotta take it easy. I mean, I sit up on my other computer doing work, I sit up here and stuff, but I do have work I gotta do. But yeah, I hurt myself yesterday. Didn't realize it until 3 a.m. Now, that sounds weird, but that's pretty much how it happened. Because I was sitting up watching She-Ra Season 4, and around 3 o'clock it's like, okay, I only have like a couple episodes to go. I think I was like on episode 10 when I stopped watching. Like, but I'm starting to hurt. I'm gonna go to bed. And my breastbone, my sternum, you know, the bone in the center of your ribcage that holds the ribs together, that bone started hurting. This has happened before, but it's been a long time since I've had pain there at all. And my spine was also hurting. It's like the pain where it's hurting me at was like if someone took, let's say, a Buster Sword, maybe half the width of the Buster Sword from bottom to top of the blade, right? Not from hilt to point, but bottom to top, right? If someone took like half that size of that sword and ran me through, that's about where I was hurting. Really bad. It started, like I said, around last night. Took 2 painkillers, like, okay, I'm just gonna take 2 painkillers, go to bed, I'll be fine, right? No, those painkillers did jack shit. The pain did not go away, it was a constant dull pain. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? I tried everything. I tossed and turned all fucking night, tried a heating pad. I didn't have an ice pack, I didn't try that. But I could not get to sleep. Or if I did, it was for a very short period of time because I was just hurting so bad. So around 10 o'clock this morning, I want to say I woke up, but like I said, I never really fully got to sleep. I decided to go to a nearby urgent care to get it checked out because, like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I didn't do anything last night, really, that would merit this. My sister this morning, because she found me on the couch because I felt bad. I kept just tossing and turning in bed because when she stays over, we just, you know, share the bed. But she's like, are you okay? It's like, no, I'm in, like, a sizable amount of pain and I don't know why. And then I moved into the bed because she was getting ready to leave for work and she was looking it up. She was like, so what kind of pain is it? Like, it's sternum, spine, just that area. It's not the ribs, it's not the stomach, not like the chest, not like if it would be like my lungs or something hurting. Of course, she's trying to diagnose me, probably using her phone. She's like, oh, maybe you're having a heart attack. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's not a heart attack because this has been going on for a couple of hours now. I'm pretty sure if it was a heart attack, I would be dead or something at this point. Because, mind you, this is at like 6 o'clock this morning, and this started around 3. But she's going on about a heart attack, and then she left. I couldn't get up to lock the door because I was trying to get comfortable. So the door's unlocked, and she's like, I'll leave the door unlocked anyway in case, you know, the ambulance people have to come in. It's like, oh, okay. Didn't really want to have to call an ambulance. I didn't. I ended up driving myself because where I went was pretty much across the street. But yeah, so she's like, oh, probably heart attack. It's like, I'm sure it's not a heart attack. And then I joked, she's like, I think I've watched enough Death Note to know what a heart attack looks like. Not what it feels like, mind you, but what it looks like. Shrug. But yeah, tried to get some sleep, did not work, ended up going to the doctor. And, you know, he's like, nope, it's just muscle pain. It's nothing, I'll just give you some pain relievers and some muscle relaxers, which will make you drowsy so don't drive right after you took them. I took them right before the stream started, so if we end up ending early, even though we started late, it's because I'm getting tired because of my pills. But yeah, and I think I know what happened. Why I got sudden chest pain. Well, not sudden, it just kind of started to hurt. I guess that's sudden. I mean, it's not like someone hit me and it just started hurting. But last night, my sister and I are taking a Japanese class. We go, you know, every Tuesday night. And the week before, the teacher, we were kind of talking about stuff, and it's like, yeah, I got a bunch of books at home. I've been trying to learn for years, but I just don't have, like, the self-discipline to, like, do half of the books I buy. I have, like, 30 or so Japanese books and CD-ROMs and shit, just all on a shelf. And she's like, oh, you should totally bring them in. So last night, I picked up some, shoved them in my book bag with the regular stuff that's in my book bag to take to class. And my book bag is really heavy. So I'm pretty sure I hurt myself carrying my book bag. And it's funny, because I had the whole stack out on the table here in the living room. I was like, I want to bring all these in. And my sister's like, no, you're not bringing in all of those books. Like, but my tower of power of knowledge. It's like, I want to bring it in. She's like, no, you can bring some of them. I was like, fine. Well, it's a good thing I didn't take in all of them, because I probably would have hurt myself. Okay, they wouldn't have all fit into my book bag. I would have put them in a different bag. But, yeah, either way, I'm pretty sure I hurt myself because I was carrying too many goddamn books in my book bag. Which makes me wonder why I didn't hurt myself more when I was in, high school, middle school. Because of the amount of books I had to carry then. You ended up creating a tower of pain. Yes, I did. But yeah, it makes me, I mean, I guess I was just more in shape or something when I was younger. Of course, even in high school. I don't know. The amount of fucking books they want you to carry back and forth back then. Nah, I don't know. But yeah, I hurt myself doing a stupid thing because I wanted to, I don't know, subconsciously show off my weirdo collection of books when I could just have taken a picture of the weirdo collection. I took a picture of the other books I didn't bring in with me to show my teacher, like, oh, see, I got these other ones too. But yeah, I hurt myself doing a really dumb thing, which is filling my book bag too full of books and hurting myself trying to pick it up, I guess. And it was like a really slow onset of pain. Like, I stopped carrying it and my body's like, oh, you're done straining yourself? Okay, well, guess what? You get to feel it now. Hope you didn't want to sleep tonight, because you don't get to, because you carry too many books. And that's what happened. I'm pretty sure. Because the other thing is, like, I also started karate a few weeks ago. I only go on Thursdays. But, I was hurting, like, in the abdomen region, because we did kind of, like, these weird jackknife exercises as a warm-up last week. But I knew what the cause of that was, and this was an entirely different pain. It's like, if it was anything from karate, it would have, I think, happened a lot sooner than last night. So, after I got back from the pharmacy to pick up the meds I got from the doctor, I was so tired. I tried to sit up and get some things done, but I was so tired. I made me something to eat because the pills you're not supposed to eat on an empty stomach because it gives you an upset stomach, and I know how that is, and I don't like getting upset stomachs from taking pills. It sucks. But maybe it was like a weird placebo effect of just how sleepy I got from the muscle relaxer. I was told I'd get drowsy, but holy crap, did I get so sleepy. But I didn't get enough sleep last night, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, I fell asleep, and I didn't get up until, I don't know, like 5:30. Go back up until like 5:30. I don't know, I didn't sleep. But damn. I'm feeling a bit better. The pain's starting to come back a little bit, but like I said, I just took my meds, so it should hopefully ease back off. And I did at least manage to get some sleep after I got home, so that was nice. Truly, this is the real case for ebooks, not going to cause you pain then. That is true, but my track record when it comes to technology, I don't know if it would balance out for me. And I don't know, I like the tactile feel of an actual book. I am one of those people. I like having physical collections of stuff, even if they take up space and weigh a lot if you have too much of it. It's a joke. Well, fair enough, but still, at the same time, it's like, yeah, if you have digital copies, you're not going to hurt yourself as much if you want to take 30 of them with you, because they're just blips and bloops on your tablet or computer or whatever. They're not a shit ton of paper that gets really heavy when you have a lot of fucking paper. I think sometimes we take for granted just how heavy paper can get when it's in mass. So I sell prints when I go to conventions. Like, you find out, it's like, goddamn, I just ordered this box of prints and it's heavy as fuck. And getting them anywhere, like if you try to fly anywhere with that many prints, it's a logistical nightmare. Which is why I don't usually fly for conventions. I try and drive if I can. But, when I was in college, so I went to college for animation. Everyone by my senior year had jumped to the computers to use Toon Boom, because we just got Toon Boom in at the time, and it was still not fairly new, but at least to our studio, it was pretty new. Also, hello, Nuzlocke. And hello, Brazen and Beefio. Bofio. I'm sorry, I said I figured out how to say it, and I completely forgot. Sorry, terrible person. But I insisted on doing my senior film all in paper. All hand-drawn stuff that I had to take the time later on to scan all in to clean up. So I made it extra hard for myself instead of just working directly on the computer like everyone else did. But by the time everyone else claimed the computers, I was already done with everything. Like, by the time they got the program installed on the computers for second semester, all my stuff was done before, like, all my rough animations were done before second semester. So it's like, well, I'm not redoing all of that because you guys got this new program. I've already kind of finished. I just need to clean it up, right? Well, when I had to pack up my spot in the studio to go home, I had so much paper. I have this giant gray bin. It's at my parents' house still because I haven't moved it back here because there's no point. I don't know where the fuck I want to put it if I did. I have this giant gray bin that's just full of all the rough animations. The film's not done yet, even though it's been like 6 fucking years, and I kind of am a weird pack rat like that. I don't want to get rid of it. But it's like I had to ask a few people that were still at the studios, like, I'm sorry, can you help me get this down to my car? Because I knew better back then. Well, that is just a pain in the ass to move. I don't know how I got it out of my car into my house and into the closet at my parents' house once I got it home. Because getting it out to the car, even with like 2 other people helping me, we gotta stop a couple of times. Because that sucker is not light at all. It is super fucking heavy. And paper just gets really heavy really fast and you don't realize it until you have like a shit ton of it and you're like, holy fucking crap. So, what I guess I'm getting at with this is I should have known better shoving, 5 more books into my book bag when I already have like 2 sketchbooks in there, 3 other books, a small notebook, and a pencil case, bag of peppermints. Is that it? Oh, and a box of flashcards. If anything, I also have to give it to my bag for being able to handle that much crap. I mean, eventually I did run out of room, but goddamn. Oh, I also had a folder of like random paperwork shoved in there. You discovered your one true enemy, paper. Yeah, which is weird, because I'm an artist and I still draw on paper. It's like this weird love-hate relationship or something, I don't know. Maybe it's like the world's way of punishing me for throwing away paper and not recycling anymore. I don't fucking know. Paper's heavy. That's the life lesson for today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about paper. I still don't know what we're gonna do here, by the way, for Winona. We are going to grind a little bit. Where's my book? I'm getting messy in here. Well, according to this Ruby Sapphire guide, her highest level Pokemon is level 33 Altaria. But we're not playing Ruby and Sapphire, we're playing Emerald, and those numbers do not mean jack shit compared to what to the game I'm actually playing. I don't know how words work, I'm sorry. Nope, she still only has, the highest thing is still level 33 Altaria. But it's an Altaria, so I don't want to risk it. So we're not gonna risk it. I mean, that's why we are grinding a bit. Because, well, again, my fucking luck when it comes to this goddamn game has been fucking terrible, so, you know, I'm not gonna risk it. Also, I really need to see about censoring myself a bit more, at least toning back my swearing, I swear. Obviously I swear. I don't know. Maybe I swear too much. It's not like I'm looking to be marketable when I'm uploading these back onto YouTube, because that's just for archival. How do you say that? Is that archival? I just put them over there for backups. It's not like I'm going to get monetized on YouTube ever again. I was at one point, then I stopped uploading, and that didn't last. Then I think YouTube had at least a couple of their user purges, and I lost like 150 subscribers of my meager 1,000 that I had on there. I could have checked for you, just open the trainer. Wait, what are we checking? I missed it. How did I... Oh! For Rhinona. Gotcha. Have Bulbapedia open because I don't have trainer editors. I have Bulbapedia. Bulbapedia and Cerebi are my friends. Hi, Forte, it's Benjamin. How are things with you? I've been battling on, but I haven't won very often. I can't get it together. Right, take care. Yeah, stop calling me. I wish there was a way to turn that off. Is there a way to turn that off? I haven't checked. I just kind of let it go. Also, I just realized it's the 20th. I didn't bring my phone over here, so I can't check. I've been using Cerebi a lot for Sword and Shield because the strategy guides got delayed. Normally I pick up the strategy guides the same area as the game because it's just kind of nice to have because again I like having the books. But with how the random shaky grass encounters work in Sword and Shield, it's just nice to have that information open. I mean, it's fine if I'm at my computer. It's like I wish the books are out, and I think the book should be out by today. I'm gonna go check GameStop.com. Do I shop at GameStop? Because I do. Sword and Shield. I guess I could have just clicked on the header there instead of typing it into the search bar like a pleb. Okay, their website says expected date was today, but they still only have it as a pre-order. The fuck? I just want a strategy guide for this game. Pokemon Sword and Shield strategy guide. Yeah, there we go. Is it out on Amazon yet? Or is it just not out period yet? Nope, Amazon still has it listed as a... Oh, this is for the collector's edition. They still have it reported as a pre-order. Oh, for the collector's edition, they have a release date of the 26th. So if I want that, I gotta wait until next week. I just want a regular strategy guide, so I have the numbers on paper and I don't have to keep either pulling out my phone or looking at my computer or whatever the fuck. Now I'm whining about something completely, you know, inconsequential, but that's what I do. You guys should be, you know, used to this by now. If you come here regularly, complaining about shit is the point of my stream. Does Target have it? Target closes in a half an hour, so I can't go out to Target. Oh wait, no, that's the strategy guide. So they also have just the Pokedex, if you want just the Pokedex. Why is there a listing for it on eBay? I mean, I know other places probably got them sooner, but I'm not buying a strategy guide off of eBay. I just want a strategy guide now. I'm going to check Walmart. Nothing's happening in the stream because I'm talking about a strategy guide. Pokemon. I'm just going to search Pokemon. I don't feel like typing in everything for it. I don't think they have it yet, do they? Whatever. Okay, I guess. Back to this other game. We're not playing Sword and Shield, we're playing Emerald. Of course, I have like an Emerald guide right now too, but I can only probably get one of those either off of eBay or maybe Amazon and use game stores. Of course, even when you find Pokemon guides at used game stores, they still, you know, call for a pretty steep price considering, but most used Pokemon games still can ask for relatively decent prices after all this time. You can check to see if flags are set for calls and clear them. Then you just get calls from gym leaders and stuff. Ah! That'd be fucking nice. I don't really, like I said, I don't plan on going back and facing other trainers. I do not want to go into any more battles than I have to. Again, considering my luck with this Nuzlocke. I have that little faith in myself to be able to handle them. I have that little faith. Pokemon Emerald Game Guide. Let's see. Oh, there's a PDF apparently. Or someone searched for a PDF. I don't know if they're actually in a PDF. Oh, you can get one for $10 from World of Books. Okay, that's not actually terrible. Does Starland have one? God damn. $40 for a used copy of Pokemon Emerald from East Starland? I mean, I guess. About right. I'm getting sidetracked by nothing because I'm just hung up about fucking strategy guide. Internet says regular one to be out by today. It's 20th, god damn it. Wednesday is a weird day for a game guide to come out in my opinion. Tuesdays and Fridays, that's when stuff comes out. That's what I'm used to, not Wednesdays. Of course, I guess technically with movies, it's technically Thursday night at 9 o'clock because fuck midnight screenings. We're gonna go at 9 o'clock the day before it's supposed to come out because that's how it works nowadays for us. Because? I don't know. I am rambling. I've just had a day. I've just had a day, and it's put me in a mood, meaning I'm probably not going to shut up for a bit. About just nothing. Talking about nothing is one of the things I'm kind of good at, I guess. I don't fucking know. I think also just talking, it helps ignore the dull, lingering pain that's in my chest. And that makes it sound a lot worse than it is when it's really just a strained muscle. Or 2, or 3, 4. Got a few muscles kind of connected in there. I don't know which muscle that's hurting, but there's a few down there. Because I noticed when I was out about walking today, like when I went to the pharmacy and then I went to Kroger to get some milk because I was running low on milk, and hot chocolate because we ran out of hot chocolate. Walking around is, you know, helping. I won't say ease the pain, but it wasn't as bad when I was up moving around. That was kind of nice. Oh, and then this morning, my sister, when she was trying to diagnose me and saying that I had fucking, a fucking heart attack, I had her rub my back for a bit, and then she's like, does it hurt here? Here? And then she's just poking me in the fucking ribs and shit. I was like, can you stop? I am seriously in a lot of pain, and you poking me isn't helping. And then she poked me at least 3 more times. I'm like, what did I just say? Like, I'm not having a good time right now. You're just prodding at me for no reason. I don't know why you'd be poking me down in the bottom of my rib cage anyway if you think it's a fucking heart attack. That's not how that works. I appreciate it. The phone call thing, the verse seeker in general, I like it when games bring back like the verse seeker or whatever in Pokemon games. You can actually, you know, rebattle trainers. But having the random calls where they tell you nothing of use is the worst. I liked it in, what game was it that you could click? No, it's this game, right? When you can select Verse Seeker and see who's ready to battle, they don't have to fucking call you, just go in the area and use it. I like that. I don't need them calling me every 2 minutes. I think it was in Sun and Moon. No, it was in X and Y when they had their little, like, hologram smartphone thing. I don't remember what the fuck it's called. And I got so nervous. I mean, they only used it for a few cutscenes, but they made a big deal. I was like, okay, you guys did nothing with this. But at the same time, I was glad they did nothing with it, because had they done anything with it, they'd be getting weird, random, holographic phone calls from NPCs I honestly don't care about. I understand wanting to have, like, this connectivity, but when they don't write anything interesting for these NPCs to say, it just, you know, takes up time that, sure, I'm probably only gonna go a couple blocks further in any direction in the time it takes me to click through your bullshit dialogue, but at the same time, it's bullshit dialogue. It doesn't really add much. And certain NPCs just say the same goddamn thing. And I was like, ugh. I didn't care when you first talked to me, when we first fought. What makes you think I care now? When I've already beaten you. Go away. Stop calling me. I don't know. Maybe when I was younger I thought it was cooler. Or I still thought it was annoying. I'm pretty sure I thought it was annoying. Gold and Silver had that too, didn't they? Yeah, they had a similar function. I remember kind of getting annoyed by that. And it's like, sure, it's not as bad as it could be. They could be like calling me every 2 seconds. Still, kind of obnoxious. I just get annoyed. I thought Tropius was supposed to be rare. I feel like we've seen a fair few of them when we've been out here just tonight. Super effective. Rock slide. That's a grass type. What does this do? Just normal? No, okay. Still takes advantage of your flying typing. Sometimes I get thrown off when certain types, you know, negate the effectiveness they have on the other types of that Pokemon. That's why I'm just trying to double check. I guess I could always go look it up like I do with everything else, but I just don't feel like it right now. Anyway. Today, by the way, is Name Your Computer Day. For some reason, I find that... Oh, look, another Tropius. I find that somewhat ironic with my computer acting up today. If I should name it or not. But yeah, today is apparently Name Your Computer Day, so happy that day, I guess. The names I give my computers are boring. Of course, I know some people don't name their computers period, so whatever. But yeah, besides that being the day, how's everyone else's Wednesday being? How's your hump day, if you will? God, I hate that term. I don't like words with the like, sound in it. Especially hump. I don't know, it's just a weird word. Oops are fine. But not umps. On flying types. That's a ground attack. I kind of want it, but I can't get rid of Rock Smash, and I want Rock Slide, and I get stabbed from Ember. I mean, I get stabbed from Earthquake too. We'll get a different fire attack. Okay, I've identified the Pokénav flags. I can create a script that clears any non-essential ones in a given time. At each trainer that can be called to remove the check. Well, I don't want to put, like... I don't want it to be, like, a pain in the ass. Like, edit all that. If anything, I can just click through them real fast and not get mad about them every time they call. But this is coming from someone who fucking live tweets when watching a Shiro season. I'm like, I'm not gonna get caught up about the animation quality, and then I get caught up with the fucking animation quality because I just can't help myself. I'm an animator, goddammit, and sure, I don't do it all that often, and all the stuff that I have is pretty old at this point and can be called out on a number of things. I'm still gonna be picky when it's supposed to be, you know, a professionally made thing that's on Netflix. I expect better, goddammit. I just want things to look nice. Like, I watch Claws. uh, last night on Netflix too. Because I saw a bunch of stuff about how that's traditionally animated, but people think it's 3D animated because of how it's shaded. You can tell that it's 2D animated though, if you're used to it. There are certain scenes where you can tell they just paused on one frame. Which happens in animation, whereas in like a 3D animated thing, they can have like little idle animations, which are easier to do when you have like a graph editor and you can just kind of copy and paste keyframes. Whereas, you know, if you're doing it hand by hand, you have to draw all that stuff by yourself or just reuse frames, and sometimes reusing frames looks even worse. So it's like I watched that and it's good. It's a fine movie. I don't remember how I got into this. Whatever, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Pause. I would definitely watch it for its art design. The character designs are a lot of fun, and the lighting is gorgeous, actually. So it's like I can see why people can mistake this for a 3D animated film, because they have it shaded in such a way with so many different lighting layers that they look like 3D models when they're just, you know, 2D animations with just a bunch of lighting effects. But they are so nice looking. I'm gonna start sounding weird here, talking about it, because sometimes when I talk about animation I get really strange. But the lighting is so tasty looking, and I know that sounds weird. My sister, she was heading off to bed, and I was like, oh my god, this lighting right here, it looks so tasty, I just want to lick it. She's like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't know. It's making me salivate a little bit. And I get like that sometimes, and I know it's really strange, and I'm saying this to you guys on stream, and I'm coming off as like a complete weirdo, but I'm streaming, so I have to be a weirdo. It's kind of like a thing. But the lighting in Claws, it's really nice. Like, just go watch it, like I said, for the animation and the lighting effects. Of course, I'm going to add a little asterisk to the animation. The animation is really nice. And of course I have like a bias towards traditional animation. But the one thing that was driving me crazy throughout the whole hour-and-a-half movie is that some of the lip sync is a bit floaty, or it doesn't hit on the right frame it should be. Like there's a slight misstep with the timing. Like the sound effects and the actual animation, even though they kind of match, still feel like they're off by maybe a frame, and it was driving me batty. That and some of the voice acting left a little to be desired. There's a few times when like a character's yelling. It's like, yeah, you're yelling, and the character's animated in a way that this should be a lot more intense than it feels, because the delivery didn't feel as genuine as it could be. Like some of the yelling almost felt like, let's say you were pretending to yell in your house, so you feigned it. It'd be like me going, ah, or something like that, you know, kind of trying to try, but not really trying, because if you yelled in that place, you would get in trouble. Like if I just yelled randomly, my neighbors would probably think, what the fuck is wrong over there? Which shouldn't be the case if you have a studio recording booth and you're allowed to be as loud as you fucking want in the recording booth. I mean, I guess you could technically peek the microphone in the recording, but you shouldn't have as much limitation, say, like I do now, being in an apartment and just randomly yelling at the top of my lungs. So some of the voice acting could have been a bit better. Again, there's some weird issues with some of the lip syncing that would drive me crazy. It felt like every scene I was judging it based off how good the lip syncing was. I'd be like, that's bad, that's not even close. Oh, this one's good, that one's good, do that. And then they go back to being bad again. I'm like, well, it's kind of annoying with like how inconsistent it is being. The main character in Claws is hard for me. He was hard for me to really get behind. He's very much like a Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove character. He's even animated kind of like over the top flamboyant like that too. And he even has like maybe a mix of some of his facial features. How they animated it made me think a little bit of Tulio from The Road to El Dorado. But he was hard for me to get behind. He has an arc, and he kind of learns a lesson by the end, but a part of me feels like he got away with too much, and people just let it slide really easily. I don't know, like, I was it's really hard, because, like, if I compare him to Cusco, they hit the same beats, like, pretty much throughout their story. But something about the actual character in Claws isn't very... He's not even, like... I want to say likable. Like, they tried to make him likable. They tried to give him that same, like, I guess, charisma that Cusco would have. Because Cusco's not really technically a good person to like. But he's fun to watch, if that makes sense. And I think that might be partially the David Spade performance. I'm not sure who plays Jesper, who's the postman in Claws. But it's like he's trying. He's trying. You can feel him trying, but it's just not the same. It doesn't feel genuine. And so the character just... it doesn't fully work for me. I personally liked a lot of the side characters a bit better. They seemed a bit more fleshed out. Some of the voices, again, didn't match. The lady who plays Jessie in Toy Story, is it Joan Cusack? Is that who it is? I'm bad with actors. She plays like an old lady of the town, and her voice just seems mismatched. She's not doing the Jessie voice. She was in Addams Family Reunions as Debbie, the crazy lady that married Uncle Fester for his money. That's what... There's something with her voice, and I just can't help but think of Debbie. It's just kind of like, you know, that whiny, entitled, rich person voice, if that makes any sense. And yeah, the old lady she's playing is kind of like one of the town's like matriarchs, or she's the matriarch of this one clan. But her voice sounds younger than like the old lady that she's supposed to be playing, and it throws me off. The voice for the patriarch of the other clan that's in this town also didn't hit with me, but I wasn't paying too much attention. A lot of it, though, just really stemmed down to that lip sync. Like, just sitting here thinking about it, it's like I would... Just certain scenes pop in, and it's like, I see what you're trying to do with the lip sync. They have very, you know, expressive characters. Again, the animation's really good, and the lip sync could work. It felt a little floaty. And I don't know how to really express that. It's a weird feeling, I guess. Maybe if you watch it, you guys might feel it. I don't know. Again, though, I totally recommend it just to watch it for the lighting itself. The lighting and the effects in it are a lot of fun. And like I said, the side characters, the little minor side characters, I like their development a bit better. And the story, it's not groundbreaking, but you know, it's a fun little story, even with some of the implications made. A lot of it hinges on Jesper's, you know, wants and needs, so it almost taints it. I mean, that's part of it. They use that kind of as a plot point at one point too. But I don't know. It's a decent enough watch. Like I said, I forget how we got into this. I'm just complaining about it. I mean, I'd watch that, I think, more so than Star Wars Resistance. I know we were talking about that the other night. Star Wars Resistance, they push my patience. And they don't even have good lighting or rendering to fall back on. Claws at least does. It looks pretty. Again, the art direction in Claws is really nice. I really like the designs. I really like the lighting. it's all very picturesque. It's like you could probably easily screenshot anything from Claws and still have it look really good because of how well the lighting works. Star Wars Resistance not so much, and then they just have crazy over the top fucking animation that drives me batty every time I see it. How did we get into this again? I don't remember. I just like I said, I'm probably just gonna rant tonight because we're just grinding and I'm in pain. So ranting is how I fix it. I just I put on water, I was gonna have a hot chocolate and I didn't get it before I started. God damn it. I want a hot chocolate. I don't know if I want a regular hot chocolate or a dark hot chocolate. I got both. It wouldn't be too much trouble editing the trainers as hard as much as finding each one. Probably a list of the location. Well, I don't, like I said, I don't want to you know, ask too much. You've already offered to help out a lot when it comes to just how the game runs in general, and I really appreciate that. So I don't want to, you know, take advantage of your generosity or anything. I do appreciate the help. I just don't want to, you know, I don't like asking for too much. I'm not a person that likes to ask for help, which is why it took me so long to go to the doctor. I was lying there at 10 o'clock. It's like, I don't want to go to the ER. I don't want to go all the way out to my regular doctor because it's like a 50-minute drive, so fuck that. It's like, I guess I could do an urgent care, but I don't really want to go to the urgent care. Like, I didn't want to go, like, at all. I was trying to find any reason not to go. But I was lying there, just hurting. It's like, no, I need to go get this checked out. I need to get something else to help because the painkillers I have here just are not, cutting it at all. I don't know if you are aware, but you can go back to Steven's dad and get an experience share. Another one? I say we have one. I don't didn't like another game have like multiples of them before they just gave you the team experience share, and now they have the Everon experience share. Also, when I was cleaning up the other day, I found the pair of sunglasses that I kept at my computer desk at home. Because I'm generally up at night, and the work I do requires me to be looking at a computer a lot of the time. And sometimes I will get, you know, eye strain. But I can't just go to the bed or not do stuff on the computer when I have work to do, because it's work and I gotta get it done. So I keep this pair of solar shades. But you know, they're like kind of big old people glasses that you can wear over your regular glasses, so you don't have to take those off if you don't have prescription sunglasses. But I found those, and now I'm sitting here wearing them like a weirdo, even though I don't have like a headache. Normally I'd wear these if I was having a headache from just light sensitivity, so I could still do work. I know that's kind of bad, because like, okay, if your eyes are hurting you, it's from looking at the computer too much, maybe you should stop doing that. But it's like, but I can't stop doing that because I got work I gotta get done. So instead I'm just gonna put on these old people glasses and sit here and do work. I'm pretty sure my sister says they make me look like I'm blind because they're just big, black, you know, all-encompassing glasses. But they help. They usually help anyway when I do get like a tension headache or whatever from light sensitivity. And at least keeps me able to get work done. Now, I have one experience share. Internet says you can get a second one from the game corner, but that's not going to happen because we only have one set of trainer IDs, and I never win anything from those things anyway. Hey, Twas! That's no problem. We start late anyway because of some technical issues I was having. might still be having. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I don't think we're gonna be playing super late tonight. I know the other day when we were playing Shield, we went a bit longer than normal. This one will probably stop around 11. Really, it depends on how I'm feeling. I can't tell if those pain pills have started kicking in or not, but again, I'm on that muscle relaxer, and that makes me sleepy. So that doesn't help either. And rest are good, especially considering I did not get a lot of it yesterday, or last night. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. If you say so. Like I said, burdening people is not anything I like to do. If I can figure out how to do it myself, or if I can just tolerate it, I will just do that. Again, I didn't even want to go to the doctor this morning. I don't wanna. Okay, that was mainly. It's not just even a matter of inconveniencing the doctor. It was also just a matter of I just didn't feel like doing it because I honestly didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, and it turned out not to be a big deal. But I had nothing at my house to fix it myself because the painkillers I tried already proved to be fucking useless. So I need to get something else. I'm a little sad though. Well, no, I knew it was gone when I went to the store. I went to the store and I didn't get me another Oreo ice cream roll. I ran out the other night. I got one last week for me for my birthday, and I really like them. I finished it off yesterday. I guess I don't need another ice cream roll. I still have, I think, regular Oreo ice cream in there that I can eat. It doesn't have to be in the shape of a log and covered in Oreo cookie crumbs, but I like it that way. See, I don't know if it's because I just mentioned it, but now I'm starting to get oddly drowsy. I think it's... Oh god. I think it's like some kind of weird placebo effect. Fuck you, placebo effect. Go away. That's how you make a placebo effect stop being a placebo effect, right? You tell it to fuck off. Pretty sure that's how that works. Hey, 38. God, this is gonna take fucking forever. Are the Pokemon on the other side of Fort Tree? Are they better? I mean, this side is nice because I'm closer to the Pokemon Center. But is Route 120 better for training? What are the levels on Route 120? 25 through 27. Yeah, okay. What are the... Shit. What are the levels for this route? I'm honestly super fucking tired. They're about the same. Okay, it doesn't matter anyway. We'll just stay here. It's more convenient to be this close to the Pokemon Center instead of having to go across the stupid treehouse walkways that I'm not allowed to run on, I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless it was like a really solid walkway anyway that was suspended in trees, like in real life, I wouldn't run on it. I can't kill this because I only have ground moves and those don't work on a flying type. So we're gonna go. Oh, no, we don't have to go to Pokemon Center. We'll just swap Pokemon for now. No. I'm kidding. What? No, you got fed. I even gave you some of my chickens earlier. You're being a total butt about it. Stop it. Dogs are about the same as yeah. Again, this one's just more convenient because the Pokemon Center is just right up there. Oh, fucking muscle relaxer. I've never had to take a muscle relaxer before, so weird. We haven't been playing that long. I shouldn't be this tired. It's not because of the game, it's because I took that. Ah, fucking goddammit. Because I took that pill right before the stream because I was starting to hurt again. Pipple, you asshole, wake up. Wake up. Oh, stop putting me to sleep. Thank you. You woke up. Good job. First time I'm sitting here falling asleep myself. Wow, muscle relaxers suck. Anyway, yeah, again though, how is everyone else doing? I'm gonna stop talking about my weird shit. Let's talk about you guys. What has your week been like? What is the weather like where you are? Do you have anything yummy to eat today or yesterday? Please tell me about your day. I would like to know. Zigzagoon? I find I actually do really like the Galarian Zigzagoon. I don't know. I mean, this one's fine. The OG Zigzagoon is cool, but I like the new one too. I was kind of, I think, on the fence about them when they were first released. I think it was like the stark black and white coloration. I'm like, oh, that's what you're gonna go with? But I don't know, it's kind of grown on me. I know I already love the Galarian Weezing, even though he just, you know, symbolizes fucking pollution. And, you know, the higher powers that control the companies that support that pollution and produce it and all that shit. But I just love his design. He looks so dapper. He has top hats and a little smoke mustache and beard. It's great. My sister and I went out last Sunday for the Pokemon Go Community Day. Right after the Community Day ended, like, every raid battle turned into, like, a Galarian Weezing. And I was like, oh my god, we're surrounded. It's great. We got, like, 3 or 4 of them. Because everyone was already in the area we were at to play for the Community Day. So finding people to do the raid battle was super, super easy. You just followed the crowd from one gym to the next. It's also interesting. My sister and I always go to this one little town to play Pokemon Go. They have like a lot of little restaurants, and we go out there to paint ceramics from time to time. It's called Plymouth. But we were down there this weekend, and on a community day, you'll see a bunch of people walking around, like in groups, 2 to 5 to 6 sometimes, all in their phones playing Pokemon Go. This is not new for the city. This happens every time there's a community day. I guess there is just a bunch of people that either don't go to Plymouth on community days or don't live there, but it's like we just got stopped and asked what we were doing so much, and normally that doesn't happen, surprisingly. I think most of, like, at least the locals are used to just seeing giant groups of people playing Pokemon Go, walking around in mass around there. Of course, maybe they also just assume, oh, it's winter and it's cold, and here in Michigan we got an annoying amount of snow, even though it's melted by this point. Why the fuck are they outside? But, you know, people who play Pokemon Go, they can get really dedicated. That's how you get grandpas with 30, you know, phones strapped to a bike in China to play Pokemon Go. Because even if there's a community day and training, you're still gonna have a bunch of nerdy Pokemon people out there with raincoats and ponchos and their phones shoved in a plastic bag just to get the stupid shiny whatever the fuck it is that weekend. I don't know what I'm going on about. again. Wow. The drowsiness is making me forgetful even. This is not good. See, I didn't notice this was going to be a problem when I took the pill earlier today because I took the pills and I sat there and I got tired. I was like, I'm going to go to bed. And then I went to bed. It's not like I sat there and I was talking to people after I took it. So this is weird. No crazy stories on my end. It's been unusual for me. I made a nervous stream with my Nuzlocke cat and I got annoyed by how much my friend overcompensated with leveling. Using for root supplies when some of my battles. Why is that? Do you have it set up that if he overlevels, it like kind of punishes him in a way? I mean, I overlevel generally, but sometimes I fucking have to. Like the Pokemon this game gives me. Oops, I didn't mean to use Spark. That's fine. Oh, fucking goddamn it, we're asleep again. Fibble, I swear to motherfucking god, if you don't wake up, I'm gonna come over there and slug you in the face myself, even though I'm half asleep. God damn it, wake up, stupid Pikachu knockoff. I swear to god. I'm mad. Fibble! Swear to god. Oddish? Leave. Thank you, kill it. Why'd I use quick attack? Oh, not again! Looks like Fipple's feeling a little drowsy. No! Wow, I'm easily amused right now. I'm just super tired. Holy shit. Oh, fucking goddammit. Oh, Forte, how do you do? This is Madeline speaking. How are your Pokemon doing? I lost the match the other day. I need to try harder. See you again. Why didn't you call me? Why would... Don't call me. NPCs, don't call me. I don't want you to call me. I don't care. I don't care if you're not doing well. No one's doing well. It's life. Deal with it. I'm feeling a little drowsy. Like, a lot drowsy. No, I don't want to talk to you again. Stop it. No. Yeah, see me again? That's a horrible thing to say. I still say that in Sword and Shield. Hope to see you again. Oh, gee, thanks. You know, you're the only place I can take to get my... Well, actually, you're not the only place I could take my Pokemon to get them healed. I could go back to my house. They give you fly so fucking early. And Sword and Shield. I was like, okay, I'll just fly home and have my mom heal my fucking Pokemon. I don't need to take your nonsense. Nurse Joy? Fuck you. And your establishment. Hoping my Pokemon get injured and come in here. I know they're just saying it because they kind of hope that you'll think of them when your Pokemon are injured. But it's like, I could just go back home and have my mom do this. Punishment in its own way. I'm rather annoyed with him ruining a lot of tension with tough battles, so I've taken a couple of steps to maybe remedy that. Oh, I see. Even when I overlevel, there's tension. The last gym battle, I was surprised that we didn't lose anything. Granted, I did kind of overcompensate by using 3 X attacks, but that was me freaking the fuck out. Because I'm scared of slacking and counter. Let's thunder this, because I wanna. I'm 13 levels with nothing though, so if it didn't die even with a Fipple, even with a Lion, I would have Oh look, I wasn't expecting this stupid pill to work this fast. I mean, I guess that's a good thing, because I'm not hurting as much as I was a little while ago. That's good. Yeah. I didn't want to wait till after the stream because sometimes I go overboard when I'm streaming and then I'd be just sitting here in, you know, dull, constant pain the whole time. And I don't want to do that. I just want the pain to go away. I want to say dumb books, but I can't blame books. It's my fault because I put them in the bag. It was totally me. I did it. So I can't be mad at anyone but myself for electing to put that many books in my bag. But it's called a book bag, and that's what you put in book bags. You put books in the book bag. It's called a book bag. It's a bag for books. But not that many books, because then you'll hurt yourself. What? Wow. That is not good. I don't know. I know I over level, but like I said, there's still usually tension in the battles. I guess I'm just kind of incompetent. But it's not like I do it to the point where it's way over the top. It's not like in Sword and Shield where you just end up over leveled anyway because of always on experience share. I mean, I don't mind the always on experience share. And again, I'm juggling between like 20 different Pokemon in Sword. I just want to see all the new ones. But I don't know. Oh, we do have some antidotes. That's nice. I don't know. Again, I understand the backlash towards some of the Pokemon games. If you were here, even during our stream of Shield on Monday, it's like I was getting frustrated with just how the catch rates are currently affected or whatever, just by level. I can't say I fully enjoy it. It's like, sure, now I understand it, but it just kind of shakes up a mechanic I've been so used to working one way for something a little bit more complicated and dumb just because reasons. I'd really just like to see him have a very tense battle without breaking everything against him. I already raised levels and make mostly custom teams for rivals, gym leaders, and so on. Oh wow. Like he overcompensates for like just the vanilla stuff that much that you have to do it. You have to alter the game to that extent just to hopefully make it challenging for him. Also, hold on, who is the chocolate? Starting to think I don't like muscle relaxers very much, at least when I want to do stuff. My mom and my aunt went up to a chocolate factory, like, what's it called? Outlet store the other day. And they got me my favorites. I already finished off a box of these the other day. I should pace myself, but I don't get these that often, and they're my favorites. They're coconut clusters. I love my coconut clusters. They are yummy. Of course, it depends. Some places they do coconut clusters where the giant cluster of coconut's so big the inside isn't covered in chocolate, and I guess I like it better when the coconut's covered more so in chocolate. And those big ones are also just really dry inside when it's just the coconut and they flake all over the place. I'll eat them, I just don't like those ones very much. I like these little ones that seem like they're more consistently coated in chocolate and they don't fall apart on me when I try and bite into one. Yeah, these ones are good. It smells like chocolate. Yeah, I like chocolate. This doesn't make up for the fact that I didn't get the hot chocolate that I was talking about either. thing not working? I'm pressing the wrong fucking key. Do they just start to expect that you're going to like customize or raise the team level though, and just like over level for them even more so than you probably would have though? Damn it though, now that I'm in this chocolate, I need a glass of milk. Why am I wasting myself? No! I hate these auditions! Kill it. Kill it with. And we missed. Fucking fucker. Okay, at least we're paralyzed. You can't put me to sleep if I'm paralyzed. No, fuck you, Otter. I'm really starting to wonder what I'm gonna do about tomorrow night. I have karate. I guess I'm just gonna have to play it by ear on if I go or not, and just see if I can take it easier for me tomorrow. It's not like I just started karate. So you know, there's a little white belt, so it's not like I'm getting kicked around or anything. But I don't want to overdo it and hurt myself even more. I don't like missing class or you know, sessions or whatever. If I can help it. So, game plan for this actual game. What I'd like to do is to get Fipple and Penance up to 40. Because Fipple has Thunder. Of course, I'm going to have an issue with that Altarium. That Dragon typing takes away the weakness to the Thunder, doesn't it? Well, not to Rock Slide, though. So, Penance has a Rock Slide. But then I also want Apricity and Bosque to get up to level. I don't know if I'm really going to spend as much time with Bosque, considering how far behind that particular Pokemon is compared to, say, Magneton. Pithy really isn't going to be of much use on a flying type kid, so I don't want to use him if I can avoid it. I almost think it would be better if he wasn't in my team when I went in there so I don't accidentally kill him. But he's at a higher level, so I could always fall back on that. But all his attacks are fighting attacks, and they're not going to be very effective in the ship. Problem was that he had a dead end with grinding, so I gave him the experience share early, just as Saffron. The Gen 6 one though, so he leveled the entire team once. Put him around where the big battle at Sylph, removing a lot of tension Okay, Crowbats, best bat of Crobat. Don't get what you get, so. I know I said I wasn't gonna whine about it, but I'm gonna whine about it. And I do it kind of for the lulz for me. When you said you had a dead end with grinding, what do you mean? Like you were just going way too slow or something? Battle strategies with the former. Is there any chance that he's gonna like hit the wall with just leveling where he can't level them up anymore and it's just gonna be too much of a pain to try and beat the Pokemon with already maxed out a maxed out team, if that makes sense? Of course, I can't help but think about some of the challenge videos I watch on YouTube, but most of those are like, can I beat this with just a Magikarp? Or can I beat this game with 6 Smeargles? They generally have to like over level their Pokemon so much that they hit 99 at a point, and then that itself doesn't even do anything. Because stat-wise, whatever Pokemon they're using just cannot keep up or do enough damage to the Pokemon they're going against in the late game. Even though he only has those 2 gym battles, what kind of changes are you going to make to the Elite Four? Damn it! I already have stuff in place like disabling the experience share or experience outright. Oh, okay. That does sound like a handful though, having to make like all these like little changes just to kind of keep things balanced. Or interesting even. Just a big, struggle when it comes to game design in general that some people don't take into account. I meant that he has the Giovanni battle in and then Sabrina to finish up Saffron. I'm gonna blame the final confrontation with Giovanni or Silver Dragon. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I was a little confused, like, oh, I don't know how I did those other people first, but okay. I mean, there's some sequence breaking in Pokemon, but they usually try and keep you on the straight and narrow when it comes to gym order. That's one thing I've noticed in Sword and Shield that's just kind of annoying. the fact that they're constantly pushing, I get it. It's to reinforce the ideas or like introduce them to new people. But the fact that they're constantly like, oh yeah, the gym challenge is this. For the gym challenge, you have to go through all these gyms. Oh, you gotta go through these gyms in this order, blah, blah, blah. It's like most games have like kind of a set order they want you to do the gyms in. It's not like necessarily carved into the stone. Sometimes you can like move things around. Like here, it's like you don't have to do brawling right away. You can just skip Dewford until you have to face your dad, because then you have like a minimum badge requirement. But Sword and Shield, they just really want to hammer in the point of how the gym challenge works. I mean, it's interesting that you actually have to get endorsed to participate in the gym challenge, not like in the older games. So it's like, what would is it Gold, the name that they give your rival in Gold and Silver, the guy that steals the Pokemon? Like, okay, if he didn't get endorsed, he couldn't just join the gym challenge in that world if that's how that worked. Well, in that region if that's how that worked, just because he stole a Pokemon. I mean, that's like an interesting concept, that you have to get endorsed to do it, but it also kind of takes, I don't know, the concept of like, not gatekeeping, weeding, I don't know, like, the fact that you have to get an endorsement, there isn't just like, maybe like a more Hunger Games Battle Royale thing where only like the top number can go through. Maybe I've been watching too much My Hero Academia. Like, it just seems very limiting. And what's allowed for endorsements? Can your mom write a note saying, okay, it's Silver? I get them mixed up. I'm not good when it comes to their names. I always just gave them whatever name I wanted to give them at the time. Nowadays, if I don't feel like coming up with a rival name, I'll just go see whatever they are supposed to be called. Like in, when I was just starting up that random Let's Go Eevee file to get the Eevee and Sword, and she was like, shit, what's my rival's name in this game? I don't remember what I named him in Let's Go Pikachu. So I'm just gonna name him Trace, because that's what the official materials are calling him. No, we are not teaching you self-destruct. Yes, no. No, I'm not teaching that Pokemon self-destruct. No. It's hard to balance things, especially since I'm a ROM hacker that's not a Nuzlocke player at all. It's also my friend's first Nuzlocke, so we're both learning along the way. Yeah, see, that would make it even more difficult. Because, like, if you've been playing them for a while, you know what you're expecting out of a Nuzlocke, and if you played them period, you would understand, like, kind of the struggles for it. But it sounds like you guys at least have a decent back and forth when it comes to feedback for it. So that's nice. See, I just find it interesting. I guess just hearing other people do Nuzlocks, they kind of, I mean, even when I watch other people do challenge videos on YouTube, it's like, oh, these look cool, these look fun, these look interesting. But then, of course, especially the YouTube challenge videos, they'll put like out a disclaimer, it's like, okay, this challenge is not fun at all. It's like, you can do it if you want to. I left my notes in the description, but it's difficult. I don't know how much fun you're gonna have with it. And, okay, I can't say I've heard the same thing when it comes to Nuzlocks, but in my experience, like, again, the anxiety that I sometimes get when it comes to doing these, I could... When I'm playing a video game, I shouldn't be purposely putting myself in a situation where I'm just constantly anxious. It depends on the game. So, I played like demos for Catherine, and that game by itself gives me anxiety because you know, it's like a puzzle game with like a time limit and stuff like that can get me anxious. But it's like I don't sit there and dread the whole game when I'm stuck on one level. I'm just worried about the one level. Whereas this is like I'm worrying about the current gym leader, and then I sit there and see my team. I'm like, holy fuck, how the hell am I going to make it past this later gym leader that I know about? And I just sit here and like panic. It's like, crap, if I do one wrong thing or RNG is not nice to me and an enemy gets a boost and a crit and it kills me, I can't control that in any way. and I don't know, putting myself in that situation, it's not what I would normally choose to do. I don't know what I was really expecting when it came to a Nuzlocke when I started it, but I wasn't expecting this much anxiety, I suppose. Balance change I might make is the skill trainer level up to the PC's highest level mon rather than the manual leveling. That's more of a public release thing though due to how I'd have to do it. That might be an interesting way to look at it. Like, okay, if we go back to talking about Sword and Shield, I find it confusing. I know plenty of other people have complained about this, but because of how the wild area works, just how much they put Pokemon behind walls that you have to constantly struggle to get over just to catch certain Pokemon is annoying. You gotta have a certain badge to catch them up to a certain level. But even if you have that badge, if that Pokemon you're trying to catch is 1 or 2 levels even above your current Pokemon that you're using, so let's say we were doing a battle like this. We had a camera up, let's say he's 26, and this Oddish is still 27. Even if we got it down to red and paralyzed it, the game has a really weird catch mechanic that if it's higher than the Pokemon you're battling with, it'll make it harder to catch. And it's just kind of annoying, because in every older game that I can remember, even if you're a couple levels above and you do well and you get it down to a tiny bit of health and you paralyze it, you probably have a decent chance of catching the sucker. Sword and Shield's like, nope, you need to be a higher level than anything you catch. How dare you catch something even 1 level stronger than you? You pleb. And it like penalizes you for it. I mean, sure, you have infinity always on experience share, so getting levels isn't that hard, really. But at the same time, it just like throws everything up in the air. And like other people have said, it's like, why are you limiting what Pokemon we can catch, even if they are higher level? Just make it to where we can't use them. Like if you try and trade in a high level Pokemon on older games and you don't have a badge high enough to control it, you just can't use it. You can have it, sure, but you can't use it. And it's at this point, it's like I feel bad for the shiny people who collect shinies. I don't do it, but it's like it would suck if you ran into an encounter with a Pokemon that's too high of a level that you can't capture and it's a shiny. Because it's a pain in the ass as it is to find shinies, and if you run into one that you can't even catch because of new stupid level capturing mechanics, I would be pretty mad too. And again, I don't give 2 flying fucks normally about shinies. But hearing that, it's like, god damn. This is one thing that I know there are some people that just love shiny Pokemon. And if you make it this hard for them to find it, of course they're going to get angry at you. And it's just kind of annoying. It's like they're doing like take 1 step forward and 2 steps back sometimes with some of the mechanic changes, because you always have always on, you know, experience share, so you're usually decently leveled. I mean, for a while there I was pretty over leveled compared to everyone I was fighting, and then like I said, I started just swapping between 14 other Pokemon, so I'd take my time a bit more. But it's like they put these giant prizes in front of you in the wild area, but then you go on the regular routes and then everything is just so underwhelming. And I don't know what I'm getting with this, because I am really fucking drowsy. Fucking muscle relaxer. It's annoying, because you'll go through a route, you'll breeze through everyone, you'll breeze through a gym challenge and the gym leader. You're like, yeah, I'm doing really good. And then you come across this Pokemon that you really want in the wild area, and it'll be just a little bit outside your capture level limit. or just a few more levels actually higher than what you're level to, even with the always on experience share. And then you can't catch it because the game says you can't. It's like, but I did everything you wanted me to. I'm not up to the right level or whatever. It's like, okay, you have the catch level limit dictated by badges. Fine. Badge says I can catch things up to level 40. But my Pokemon's only at level 36, and I've run into a level 38 whatever. I can't technically catch it, or I'm gonna have a really hard time, because the current, system you have set up for Sword and Shield dictates, because it's 2 levels above my first Pokemon, that I can't catch it. Or it's just gonna be really fucking hard, and I'm gonna get discouraged and not want to catch anything. Because they made it super difficult. Yet, as we saw when we were going through Shield, that one point where Hop's like, oh, let's see who can catch the most, and I just didn't bother to do it, it still judges you on if you catch things. Granted, at that point, you shouldn't have too much trouble catching things, because usually your starter is over-leveled compared to everything on Route 2. You still wait, what? So you're judging me on how much I catch in certain parts. Granted, I'm not saying that challenge carries out throughout the whole game. But it's like, okay, you're judging me at this one point that I didn't catch enough, but then later on when I want to catch all these things that you're throwing at me, you put in all these new arbitrary rules that keep me from catching the things, especially the ones that I want. Like, what do you want me to do? Again, I'm trying to give them, a little bit more understanding, because they have the wild area, it functions differently than, other things that they normally do, but at the same time, some of these rules, they just seem to be struggling against each other, or just make it less fun to do one of the main points of the game, which is to catch Pokemon. But then the game's like, no. They're like, yeah, catch Pokemon, here. Catch these Pokemon. We're going to give you all these different, balls for you to use. It's really easy to get money. You can just buy all these Pokeballs. Go and catch stuff. Oh wait, you want to catch that? It's 2 levels above the Pokemon you're battling with. You can't. You can't catch it. You're not allowed to catch this one. What? You only got 2 gym badges? You can't catch this? Definitely not. No way. It won't even let you throw the ball at it. Fuck you. It's like, game. One of your slogans is gotta catch them all. Again, I know everyone makes this point. But then you come in and say, you can catch them all when we let you. You can't do it now. Fuck you. I mean, Ash gets to do God mod bullshit in the anime, but we can't even catch a fucking Pokemon that's like 2 or 3 levels above the Pokemon on the top of our party. But whatever. Who cares? I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to get too mad about Sword and Shield. I have a fun enough time with it. But there's just certain things. It does get a little frustrating. Like every time you go into town, Hop and Sonya is like, hey, let's talk about the story. It's like, I don't care. I just wanted to heal my Pokemon because they're dying. Shut up. Just, I understand the frustrations. I really do. And I know I shouldn't be so apologetic for them. I shouldn't let them get away with it. But at the same time, I guess I appreciate them trying to do new things. I just wish they took other people. I don't know. It's really difficult. Like someone said the other day, fandoms are super hard to please. Like you can't please everyone. Because you'll have people like, oh, Game Freak doesn't do anything new. And then they do something new. They change it up like they did with Let's Go. You put Pikachu and Eevee. We already know my thoughts on it. I think they're fine. And then everyone's like, oh, I hate it. Because it's like, if you don't make the changes that they want, then they're going to be pissed off about it. But then they're going to cry that you don't do anything new. It's like, what do you want to do? What do you guys really want us to do? And then everyone's like, oh, you got to make a game with all the regions, with all the Pokemon. It's like, the level of intricacy that would be in that. You would hit a level cap so fucking fast. Either the gym leaders would be too easy, like they'd be really buffed down, like what happened with Gold and Silver, where, the Elite Four wasn't that hard, and then you had to go do the other 8 gyms. Oh, it's like the scope of what certain people want. It's just not gonna work. And it's like, even if they did do that, the game would probably be riddled with bugs, have performance issues or something, because you want 900 fucking Pokemon in there in like 8 different fucking regions with all the fucking gyms or whatever the fucker you want. And then people are gonna be like, well, why can't I get this Pokemon earlier in the game? I want this Pokemon earlier in the game. It's like, well, you started out here. And then, of course, there's always that, you know, that dream of having an online Pokemon MMO where you can go everywhere. Everyone talks about that all the time. I remember back in the day, I was on a forum for one of those places, and I would do sprites occasionally. They were bad sprites, they're more or less recolored, but I tried. I was like, you know, 12, 13, 14 when I was doing sprites. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like, oh, I want to make shit for this. That sounds cool. I was like, with the scope of that game, of doing a Pokemon online MMO. Sure, back in the day I thought it'd be a cool idea. I mean, if you just do one region, it's fine, but no one would want just one region. They want all the regions, with all the Pokemon, with all the customization options. And the scope of it is just gigumongous. And nowadays, you'd have people like, oh, it has to be a 3D MMO RPG with all the regions and all the Pokemon and all the moves and all the items and global trading and all that shit. It's like, do you guys even know what you're fucking asking? It's like, yeah, they could just reuse assets like they apparently did for fucking Sword and Shield, whatever. But still, the amount of data, it's like you play any MMO and those things take up like a giant fucking, you know, chunk of goddamn hard drive. I said I was gonna, you know, watch my swearing, but I'm just so tired and frustrated right now that I don't care. But it's like, if you just think of the scope of it, I mean, these people claim that they get what goes into game design and all that, but it's like, do they really? Do they really? Because like, if you did something like that, an MMO, a Pokemon MMO that's like 3D with all the regions and all the Pokemon, it's like, okay, that's just that, but then you have all the NPCs, you have to write up interesting quests probably, NPC dialogue, sound effects, sound design. Because then people will be like, oh, you gotta update the Pokemon sound design. They can't just be, you know, make the same fucking sounds they've been making the last 20 years or something. I don't know. I get it. I get wanting more. But you also have to sit there and realize there's only so much time. There's only so much money. There's only so much, you know, resources out there in the day to do a thing. Like, even if they did the MMO, it'd probably be better if they started releasing things, you know, at a typical expansion factor. And then some people wouldn't want to wait. They'd want everything day one out the gates. Like, well, you already have these sprites. Why can't we have these Pokemon? Why can't we have this region? Blah, 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 blah. Just that, and of course, if you're doing MMO, it'd probably be on PC. I don't know. I don't know if the Switch would be able to handle an MMO like that. Even though I heard rumors that they might be bringing Final Fantasy 14 to Switch, but I don't know anything about that, so I'm not gonna quote it like I know jack shit, because I don't know jack shit. Right now, I'm just rambling because I'm oddly drowsy. Well, it's not odd, because I know why I'm drowsy. I took a fucking muscle relaxer, and I told him and I was told it would make me drowsy. I'm slurring my speech and I sound stupid. I'm so sorry. I'm just going blah, 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 blah. Again, I said that would probably happen because it helps take my mind off the pain. Anyway, reading messages from chat. What I'll probably do for the public release, though, is to scale trainer levels most of the time, but set minimum levels for gyms. That'd be nice. One thing I think would be cool for them to do, even though I know it would be really hard to implement, is something that they mentioned in, like, Pokemon Origins or whatever. When it showed, like, Brock choosing Pokemon based off, like, where you started at in the region. Like, not everyone had to start with Brock. So they had, like, different teams of different levels, or they insinuated that they had different teams of differently leveled Pokemon to go up against people that might be at, like, different levels in their gym badge journey. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. That way you're not just stuck as, you know, Brock, the first gym leader, who's only allowed to have level 8 Geodudes and level 11 Onyxes. You can actually have, you know, higher level, better Pokemon. It'd be cool if you could actually pick where you wanted to go. I guess when it comes to Pokemon, they're always trying to tell a story, so that's why they have it a bit more linear, but it'd be kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. I know RPGs don't really work like that. It's not like a pick your own adventure. kind of shit, really. It's kind of like that. Certain RPGs are different than the RPG, but still, a lack of perspective on these sorts of things is a very big problem. Lots of people don't realize just how much goes into it. We also have to note that draconian environments a lot of game development takes place in. No, that is very true. One of my favorite series on YouTube is called Boundary Break, where they usually get, you know, homemade, well, you know, specially made cameras for various video games and let them take the game outside the boundaries that you're normally confined to in that game. Just to go look at backgrounds or find secrets or things hidden off that normally you wouldn't see because of how the game's crafted. And one time, they got... I know I shouldn't be too picky because people don't understand how movies are made or whatever if they're not... if they don't do it. They don't need to learn it because they... Yeah, Boundary Break, great. I love that show. But he had that one episode where someone sent in a comment like, oh, can you take a camera like this into like Toy Story and zoom it around? It's like, oh my god, that's not how any of this works. That's not how that works. Yes, at the studio, they would have a set, they would have the models, they put in the set, move around, and they pose them. You put the camera where you want it. Doesn't matter what's outside the camera. If it's outside the camera, you don't usually have to do anything with it unless it's going to be seen, because that's how movies work. And like, again, I have a degree in animation. I know how it works. I don't like to 3D animate, but I know how it works. It's like you can't do that with movies unless Pixar sent him the files, which I highly doubt they would do. They would not. NDAs and all that shit. No, they would not just be handing that out to a random YouTube channel. If anything, you'd be better off just going to get the art of book for any of those movies and just seeing the behind the scenes production sketches and all that. That stuff's fine. But it's like, that's not how it works when it comes to 3D movies. You have the models, sure, the company will, but what you see on screen are rendered out images that they make from what they animated on the program. And it's like you can't just go into that. It's not like cutscenes in a video game that are using like in-game models, especially like older ones. If they're using FMVs, like you can't look at the models of FMVs because those are pre-rendered graphics. If you basically think of any kind of CGI movie, it's a pre-rendered graphic, more or less. They're just long-form FMVs for those who don't know. You can't look at those because those are set in stone. Those are just images rendered out and then strung together like any normal movie would be. And I don't know, it just made me really frustrated when he was asked that. It's like, but they don't know better. I can't get mad at them because they don't know how it works. They see that a video game and something like a Pixar movie looks similar. 3D, moving in a 3D environment on the screen. So they assume it must work the same. Technically, yes, they do work the same. But the end result is vastly different in terms of interactability. Because, see, video games are interactable. Movies are not in that sense, really. So of course you're not going to have the option to move around real time in any of those environments like you would in video games. I'd be surprised if those old models and stuff for Toy Story even existed. It must have been animated on CGI machines in a proprietary format nobody uses anymore. Yeah, like the very first Toy Story ones, some of the software they were using back in the day is that really, really early, you know, your 1995, 1990s crap. That it was hard to get actual visuals. It's nothing like what it is today. And it's like, unless they kept like old machines around to even run it, or had to rig up a modern day computer to run it, I doubt they could really go back and do anything with it. If anything, if they wanted to recreate anything from like the first Toy Story, they'd have to probably just start from scratch, which is fine, because even though I'm Toy Story 4 is fine. If you like it, fine. I don't think it needed to exist. But I will give it one thing. It looks goddamn pretty. It's like, wow, if they remade Toy Story to look like this. See, now, if you're talking about Toy Story World and Kingdom Hearts, sure, totally. You can go everywhere in that room, because guess what? You run around in that room as Sora anyway. But, see, that's structured and made differently than what you would do in an animation standpoint. That, and if you look at a lot of 3D animation, just if you're animating things, there's no lighting effects usually, no cloth effects and shit like that until later on, and people will be like, what the fuck am I looking at? Why is this just a gray model or whatever? It's like, well, see, they haven't added the rest of the stuff in yet. And you don't want to work with all that stuff loaded in because your computer gets bogged down so much. It's a pain in the ass to fucking, you know, do anything with. And then of course people don't understand just how long it takes to render even just one frame of an animated or a CGI effect, because it's like, it's not just the image or the model. You have the model, and then there's the background, and then there's all the different lighting effects and layers that you have to apply to it to make it look real, and that's all, you know, dictated by the programming of whatever program you're using. And it takes the computer a little while to crunch the numbers to make it look hopefully decent. Sometimes not really. I say that because I hate most Disney like CGI. They're trying. I will give them that. They're trying, but it always looks off. That's another reason why I don't like watching certain Doctor Who episodes whenever they do like CGI creatures. I'm so behind on Doctor Who anyway, so I don't care. And I know it's made for TV, so they're not gonna have like top of the line CGI, but ooh, Doctor Who CGI looks bad. I mean, granted, the last thing I've seen that was Doctor Who CGI really was like 8th Doctor, so no, 9th Doctor? Not 8th Doctor, sorry. It was 9th Doctor. I mean, I saw some of the Capaldi years. I can't remember anything necessarily CGI. No, I do remember some CGI. It's never really good. The rendering is cartoon level at best. For live action real world creatures, and I hate it. I don't know, I'm just very picky when it comes to my CGI graphics. When it's live action and CGI, I get really fucking picky. Now if it's just a full CGI, you know, movie like Toy Story, that's fine. That is fine. Of course, it also depends. Because you look at like that weird era of DreamWorks stuff, like where B-movie and stuff was made in, and they're doing, I've talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again, where they do like those hyper-realistic textures, but they still have like cartoony designs, and they haven't found a good middle ground like Pixar does nowadays. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I like the movies from that era, I just don't like the art design for at least the human characters. Never really got into Doctor Who. I'm a 9th Doctor fan though, he was my first. You know, me too. I tried to like catch up by starting with like the most, like the modern series where it started with the 9th Doctor. And it's like I had seen stuff with the 10th before, but it's like I watched more of the episodes with the 9th Doctor, and I really liked him. So I'm more of a 9th Doctor fan myself than the 10. That, and I guess a part of me just feels like liking the 10th Doctor is super cliche and everyone does it. 11 was fine. I can't say I saw too much when it came to him. Whenever I saw episodes of Doctor Who anyway, it was always just on BBC when I was at my grandparents' house, and I would just watch it just because. And I like Capaldi. Capaldi was fun as the 12th Doctor. But I'm starting to realize that I have a weird, you know, aesthetic for grumpy old men. So maybe that's why I like Capaldi so much. I don't know, he was fun. And I say that I have like this weird thing, well, I'm not gonna say thing. Whatever. I like the grumpy old man aesthetic. It's like my favorite character in Overwatch is Soldier 76. I wouldn't really call Sigma a grumpy old man, but he's fun. I mean, he's fun to play as too. But it's like in Sword and Shield, I really like what's his name? What's the fire gym leader in Sword and Shield? I've already forgotten. I don't know. I just really like him too. Like, oh, you're fun. I like you. Then he has that little like jog that he does into the ring, right? During his gym battle, while he's holding his little towels. Like, you're adorable. I want like 10 of you. Like, he makes me smile. Go to look it up. Kabu. I really like Kabu. He's my favorite. But then I also like, was it Nanu from Pokemon? The grumpy old ex-police officer in Sun and Moon. I'm like, god damn, I have like this really weird fucking type. I don't know. I relate to grumpy old man aesthetics. I'm not even that old, but kids can get off my fucking lawn, I guess. I don't know. I got a weird taste in people, I suppose. No, yeah, it is a shame that, well, like, when I found out just how soon the 9th Doctor went to the 10th, I'm like, well, why? Of course, I heard, I feel so bad. I don't remember. What's his actor's name? Christopher Eccleston. I know apparently he struggled a lot. And still kind of struggled with like depression and stuff like that. And even when he was filming as the 9th Doctor, it would, you know, mess with his head. I don't know if that like really links in with the Doctor's regeneration or anything. I'm not super into Doctor Who. I will watch it when it's on, or when I come across it and stuff like that. But it's like I'm not like a raving fangirl or anything. And it's like I remember hearing about like the new 13th Doctor, and then I forgot about her, and then I saw someone dressed up as her. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, oh, that's right. I was like, wait a minute though. Where's my Peter Capaldi? What happened to Peter Capaldi? And they got rid of Peter Capaldi. So I'm also a little just kind of salty about the new Doctor. Because like, I miss my Peter Capaldi. But I guess that's how everyone felt when David Tennant left. But it's like, he was there for so fucking long. It's like, why? It's like just popularity, I guess. Again, Matt Smith as the 11th wasn't bad. He was kind of fun. But then I got tired of hearing about bow ties and fezzes. And it's like, alright. Yeah, he did that thing, that one episode. We can drop it now. I actually saw that episode, and we can drop it now. And they didn't want to drop it. I'm like, ugh. Shit, I'm just running into a tree. But yeah, usually the CGI effects in Doctor Who, in my opinion, aren't very good. The CGI effects in most, like, British shows aren't good. But that's how I feel about Disney CGI effects. I don't care for them. I think that's one reason I also haven't seen a lot of the remakes, because so many of them are just CGI, and it's like, I don't want to see Disney CGI. Whenever I see Disney CGI, it doesn't look great. And it's like, yeah, I guess technically Marvel's under that umbrella now, but they usually do a partway decent job compared to other Disney CGI movies, and I just don't like Disney CGI. What am I, like... Okay, now, again, going to make a clarification. Now, when I say Disney CGI, I mean like CGI creatures with live action shit. If it's like Tangled and even Frozen, even though I don't like Frozen, Tangled is fine. Now, if it, like I said, if it's a full CGI movie, I'm fine with that shit. That I am fine with. But when it's CGI with like human stuff, I just have like a stupidly high expectation, and I'm just too picky about how good it looks compared to your real life actors. It's like after Rogue One came out and everyone was ranting and raving about how good Grand Moff Tarkin looked in it. I remember sitting there, it's like, I mean, he looked fine, but he still looked off, he looked fake. And I remember just being bothered by it. Everyone was giving them so much praise. And it's like, no, they did a good job. They did. I'm not taking that one away from them. But it's not perfect. You can tell that that's not him. And it's like the tiniest little things that you can tell if you're used to looking at them. Again, I'm not the best animator. I don't even animate all that often. I get sad about it quite often too. But I like to think I got something out of my college education for art. And they're just little things you can tell. There's little things. I'm pretty sure I've gone on about this, but I like going on about it, so I'm just gonna go on about it. But there are little things you can tell when they animate Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One that show that he's not a real person. Okay, it's a real person with like a CGI face slapped over his. But you can tell that it's a computer recreation. It's that slightly uncanny valley thing. Like they can almost convince me it's him. But there's the tiniest little ways his face moves. And I feel bad because I remember seeing like a behind the scenes thing when they're like, oh yeah, we looked at who's the actor that Peter Cushing? No, that doesn't sound right. Who plays Grand Moff Tarkin? Grand Moff Tarkin. He is played by. Oh, okay, I was right. Peter Cushing. So they're like, yeah, we went back and looked at like all his old performances, and you know, we did everything to like emulate that and shit. I'm like, well, that's good. That's good for you. But I feel like you overdid it. Because the thing is, with animation, right? To make things pop, we are trained to over-exaggerate the poses. I mean, yes, there's squash and stretch in like cartoony animation, but in general even, you want to over-exaggerate the poses a little bit more so the human eye recognizes them, catches them, and comprehends them, right? Like your mind fills in the blanks. What is it, Gestalt theory or whatever? That lovely thing, Gestalt theory. Where your mind will fill in the blank or whatever. You have a human pattern and they'll fill in the blanks, blah 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 blah, shit like that. And that's one thing animation works on. That's why blur frames are there, and you know, weird other shit. You see an animation and everyone will screenshot and be like, "Look at this mistake." It's like it's there for a reason. When it's moving fast, when it's in motion, right? Your brain doesn't see it, or it processes it differently than how you see it as a still frame. All right. Now with Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One, I appreciate what they did. But it's like they looked at Peter Cushing's old video references, right? And they saw the little ways his face moved. And they over-exaggerated it too much so you can tell that they're still happening. And it's like because they did that, you can tell like his face moves more than how it would, say, if you saw a video of actually him. And that's probably because the animator working on the recreation of his face, right, are trying to maybe over-exaggerate it. They're trying too hard to accentuate those little details in how his face moves. And because they're making sure they get them in there, it's really obvious that they put them in there. And like, facial animation is hard, especially with CGI, because there's so many muscles in a human face that you have to take into account. And normally CGI models do not have a skull, muscles, and then skin. It's just a model. They do not have those different levels that are affected in a way that, you know, a normal human face is affected by. It's like you do all the programming and tweaking in the world, but I'm sure it's gonna be like a really difficult thing to like ever emulate. And I know this probably isn't a new theory, and I'm just gonna sound like some weird crazy person talking about it. It's like, but I don't know if we're really ever going to fully recreate a human like CGI, make it look just exactly like a human. Because unless that AI or whatever actually learns in the same way, okay, this is getting into like weird metaphysical shit, which I probably shouldn't be talking about when I'm like weird on muscle relaxers, right? But it's like, okay, if you think about it, an actor, especially an actor, they use, I mean, other creatives and people just do this too, right? They use their experiences to influence how they act on screen. They take from what they know, from what they've researched, to add to the character that they are playing. But it's not just that. Certain people have certain tics they do for psychological reasons, mental reasons, or just, you know, again, those subconscious layers that are added on just by the merits of living. Certain people will do certain things because they got into a habit, or they saw other people do it and they only do it because they saw other people do it. Their own, like, it's a multitude of layers, like an onion. Onions. And I just feel like having one person working with a model of another person and trying to recreate that person's subconscious decisions will always make a close enough rendition of that person. But you're never going to be able to recreate that person through the actions of another person. Person B cannot fully recreate the actions, the tics, the motivations, the experiences of person A because of how we perceive the world differently as unique, separate beings. If that makes any goddamn sense. I know I sound like a total nutcase, and I know if Brazen's here, he's probably heard me ramble on about this a few times. I've probably gone over this in the stream at some other point, but it's just this one thing I get hung up on. And it's like, it was really weird because I'm one of those people where my depression's like, what's the point of me doing anything? Nothing I do matters. I'm not special. But it's like, if you look at it, yes, people have a lot of similarities or go through a lot of the same experiences or similar ones. But how we perceive it as our own singular separate selves is different from how other people perceive it. It might be similar, but based off all the previous experiences up to this new experience that you're experiencing, it's going to be slightly different. You're going to look at it at a slightly different way, a slightly different perspective. So, because of this weird like metaphysical, psychology, philosophical bullshit I'm going on about. That's why it's like I get bothered with the Grand Moff Tarkin things. Like, we tried to copy him. We tried to copy everything he does. And it's like, I appreciate that, but you can tell. You can tell that you're just copying it, that it's not real, that it's not genuine. Because his acting in those original movies as Grand Moff Tarkin are being influenced by all those different viewpoints and experiences and thoughts just in his own head that we as human beings cannot copy. You cannot know what another person truly thinks of you, how they view the world, how they will perceive the world, how they will react to anything, because that's just how it works. And it's interesting when you think about it. Because again, it's like, and it's not even a lot of it is subconscious things. Like, certain people's faces move subconsciously because that's just how they do. Like my mother, right? I can tell when she's trying to lie to me. Like if I ask her, it's like, oh, so what'd you do? Did you do this? She'll be like, no. It's like, I can tell you're lying. Because there's the tiniest little upturn at the corners of her mouth. Like, she won't be smiling, but you can feel, you can sense like this tiny little muscle movement at the corners of her mouth that want to make her smile. And I can just my sister can pick up on this too. Like, you can pick up on like these certain little facial cues with certain people. So it's like, even stuff like that, you can't just replicate that by seeing it, because it's a subconscious response to something that you cannot replicate because you do not understand all the underlying layers in that person's mind that lead to that tiniest little tick. Again, I know I sound super fucking crazy right now, but it's like, that's why I just don't think replicating a human, especially a human that's lived, that you can go back and see video record of. Yes, you can copy it, but that's all it's ever going to be. Oh shit, I am poisoned, I did not realize. But that's all it's ever going to be, because you're never going to be able to recreate their existence, their experiences, their perspectives, because you are not them. It's like you can try all you want, but there are so many little intricacies and quirks to a person, to any person, that you can't just copy them. You can emulate them, you can imitate them, you can copy them, but you cannot recreate that person down to the sameness that would be them. You can get really close, yes, but I still think even if you got really close, the human mind would still somehow be able to pick it out in its weird way that the human mind does. Again, it's a really dumb little rant, and I get hung up on it a lot, especially when it comes to Rogue One Grand Moff Tarkin. But it's like, I don't know, maybe it's because they tried to sell it so much, they tried so hard to recreate them. And it's like, I get it, they were actually genuine in trying to make that look like Peter Cushing. But at the same time, you can tell that they were trying so hard. And I'm not saying putting effort into a thing is bad, but it's just the unfortunate nature of what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Maybe someday in the future, I don't know. Technology can be weird like that at times. But it's like, it's going down to the entire, it's almost like what we talked about when we played Soma. It's like, okay, you're copying someone's mind, their brain scan. And that brain scan can feel like themselves, but like, that's just a whole other conversation. It's just weird metaphysical bullshit. I don't fucking know. I'm not into philosophy or anything like that, and I shouldn't talk like I am, because I'm not. But it's just that one little thing. It's kind of like just being an artist in general. It's like you can copy other people's styles, right? And really trying to emulate another artist's style isn't necessarily bad. Because you'll learn by, let's say you're an artist. This is my last rant before I quit for the night. Let's say you're an artist, right? And you see something like a lot of kids when they start out, they copy things. I mean, I used to try and recreate Pokemon, art that I saw. When I taught this elementary school level comic class, I had all these art books in. And the kids, they didn't want to draw their own thing. They wanted to copy what they saw. But see, that's not necessarily bad, because by emulating or copying something that you saw, you can learn the process that goes into creating that, and then using your own experiences, your own techniques, your own perspectives, you add to that, and you can make it your own kind of thing. It's, again, a matter of layers, and that is kind of what goes into making each person unique, even if we don't feel like it. We're unique in our own ways. It's just, unfortunately, those differences are so tiny, so small, that people don't recognize them, and it can be sad. And like I said, it's easy for me to fall into that. It's like, oh, I'm not special, I don't do anything different. But there are tiny little things that you do different. You may do things similar or the same as people, and bring people together with similar attributes is good, but also noticing the differences in them, I think is good as well. And it's just, humanity? I don't know. I'm on muscle relaxers, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I'll quote Breaking Bad here. If nothing else, for how much I love it. Why do we do anything more than once? Should I just smoke this one cigarette, have sex only once, if it's the same thing? Watch one sunset, live one day, because each time is a different experience. Yeah, like exactly. It's like, you can do things over and over and over again, and sometimes they can be repetitive, but there is an off chance that one day, one time, it'll be different. Now granted, you could go into the entire definition of insanity bullshit, but it's slightly, it's more different. It's different. There's a difference. if I had a webcam, you would just be seeing, as you can tell, I'm not doing anything in the game, because my hands are flailing all over the fucking place right now. Because I'm one of those people, I talk with my hands a lot, and I'm doing it right now, even though you can't see it. But you know, again, it's another facet of life, it's close, it's similar, but it's different kind of things. Life is like that with a lot of things. It's beautiful in its own way. And this is coming from someone who falls into nihilistic depressions from time to time. But I can still see some weird beauty in the slight differences of existence. I don't fucking know. I can imagine the hand motion. Maybe one day I'll get a webcam. And you guys can, and if I'm ever on muscle relaxers again, you can see me flailing around, trying to explain my weird philosophies on trying to recreate Peter Cushing in Rogue One. I don't fucking know. It's just, I don't know. Life, people, things are intricate, even if they are simple. I know that sounds like a bunch of hoo-ha crap like that, but you know, logic is fine, but humans are not computers. So a little bit of illogical or strange thinking is fine from time to time, as long as you don't, I guess, start believing the world is flat or something like that. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna stop for now because I'm just going off the rails and I'm tired because of muscle relaxers, because I carry too many books like an idiot. Don't carry too many books, kids. Get put on muscle relaxers and then be spouting shit about layers of subconsciousness and experience in a human life. I don't even know. I'll definitely commit this to me as one of the more interesting streams I've been in. Yeah, you just get to listen to me ramble like a madman for a while. It's fun. It's fun. I don't know if I like being on these muscle relaxers. I mean, they're helping with the pain, but they're also making me kind of you need to try to sleep before you start getting into some weirder places. Good night. Yeah, no, it's better if my subconscious takes over and I just have weird dreams instead of spouting nonsense into the ether. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry for all my rants. Again, I'm in a lot of pain and on weird medication. It's not even weird medication. It's just I'm not on them, so I'm not used to them. So it's weird for me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm sorry it's been such a short stream. I just had issues. We should be back on Friday for more Deadly Premonition. Hopefully it does not crash on me, but who knows, because things just don't want to work for me, because computers, I don't fucking get it. But until then, I hope you guys all have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget about the socials. I'll see you next stream. And take care. Alrighty. Bye.